Hello, my impatience. It is Andrew the Android Koloski here, and I am live and ready to perform for all of you. Hi, how are you? To quote Daniel Johnston. Hi, how are you? So I got a holiday party with Nami today, which I am kind of excited about, to be honest. Hey, Daniel Berry, what's up, he says. Not much. What's going on with you? What is going on with you? Miracle Thrash says, hey, I just liked. Thank you for liking my live stream, Miracle Thrash. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. So, guys, what am I doing wrong? Why does nobody want to be my friend? Why does nobody want to be my romantic partner? What am I doing wrong? We got 3 likes right off the bat, less than a minute in, and 3 likes from TB, Miracle Thrash, and Daniel Berry. Very nice. Somebody says they often ask themselves the same question. Why does nobody want to be his friend? Why does nobody want to be his romantic partner? And the answer to that question, quite simply, might be, you're getting older. The older you get, the harder it is to meet a romantic partner. What is the record number of likes? I don't know if the semi... I'm just going to be frank here. The semi-retarded video got a lot of likes. Let's see if I can sort by the amount of likes. I'm trying to sort by the amount of likes. Filter by the amount of likes. Filter. I don't know how to do that, guys. But this is certainly... Hey, Erie, how you doing? How you guys doing? Yeah, I got a Starbucks coffee. I was getting tired, and I wanted to wake myself up. On a scale of 1 to 10, how sadistic has my family's persecution been recently? I've been not really around them too much. I've been leaving them alone, so not too bad. Dalton says he sees me being a big streamer. Yeah, I would love to start my own podcast. I would love to find a co-host. I would love to find a friend. And if anybody wants to start a show with me, just contact me. Erie agrees. Erie agrees. Wow, that's one of the nicest things that Erie's ever said to me. She sees me being a big streamer. She says, if I stay consistent, I can get it. Thank you, Erie. Wow, she finally said something nice to me. I appreciate that. Dalton says he lives in Miami but would love to do a podcast. Fair enough. Erie says, never mind. I thought he meant streaker. If Andrew could be a big-time streaker. Yeah, I could probably accomplish that too, Erie. Yeah, I mean, contact me on social media, Dalton, and we could discuss having a show. So he says, I'm going places. We got Olivia Rodrigo in the house, too. Would I do a podcast with all of my ex-girlfriends? I'm trying to think if any of them I would not want to do a podcast. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know what they're if they would come in confrontational or not. But if they had good intentions, and I would probably do a podcast with all of my ex girlfriends if they wanted to. I mean, like if they were coming in to say, you're a loser, you're like, okay, no, ixnay on that. But if they came in just to talk and be friendly, I would be down. So Dalton just reached out to me on Instagram. I appreciate you reaching out, Dalton. Right now, I'm currently going to NAMI this evening, so I can't do it tonight, but maybe soon. Olivia says I could interview celebrities on the red carpet. Yeah, I mean, maybe I could be like Jimmy Fallon, right? I hope so. Rusty, let's put it this way. I don't want to get into that, but let's put it this way: that everything's cool, Rusty. You know, everything's good at the moment. So yeah, there's no problems. So I'd be willing to get any of my ex girlfriends on, really. So if any of them are out there and they want to reach out to me, feel free. So he says, I thought your show with Rusty was going to be popular. Yeah, but we weren't consistent enough. We need to do another episode. We were going to do the serial killer. We were going to talk about Luigi Manganoni, Chris Benoit, and so I had a friend. He was one of the Swole Boys, actually. And he said if one of his ex-girlfriends was making crazy content, and he would be watching even if he didn't like her very much anymore, just because it's somebody he's invested in making crazy content. Now, I don't know if everybody watches their exes, but I'm assuming a lot of people do. My friend said he would. Interestingly enough, I'm sure he's watching me too. Not that we dated, obviously. Somebody asks, do I think they watch the spicy content? Well, to be honest with you, nobody follows the spicy content for whatever reason. So to answer your question, I mean, a lot of my content gets a lot of traction, especially here on YouTube. But the spicy content doesn't seem to. So I don't know. Olivia says she doesn't watch her ex's YouTube. Okay, fair enough. I mean, did you end on bad terms with your ex? I mean, it depends. It depends how you and your ex ended. If you just really hate the person and have no desire to follow them, then don't. I mean, it might be triggering to certain people, but certain people might be fascinated by it. Somebody says, "Oh, Rod pushed her ex downstairs." You pushed your ex downstairs? Erie wants to know, would I date a 400-pound woman with bipolar from New York? No, to be honest with you, I know they say beggars shouldn't be choosers, but I don't really want to date a woman who's overweight. I like women who are petite. La 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 la. I remember Dr. Garrett saying it's not obvious that you have mental health challenges. It's not obvious that you're schizoaffective. But I'm afraid everybody can tell, and it is very obvious. Is it obvious I suffer from schizoaffective disorder? What do you guys think? Somebody says Dr. Garrett was being nice. Somebody says I think he was being kind. So it is obvious I suffer from some sort of mental health condition. So I was chatting with a few women, and they all lost interest. Every single woman I was chatting with lost interest. I mean, Olivia says, I think a trained psychiatrist who's been on the job for more than a few months would almost immediately identify the exact disorder, unfortunately. Erie says, it's obvious to some, but there's no shame in having a mental health disorder. No, there's no shame in it, obviously. However, a lot of people, there is a stigma, and a lot of people don't want to date you or be associated with you if you have mental health challenges, as unfortunate as it may be. TB says, I'm sure some of the inpatients have mental health challenges. The people in here. Oh, that's for sure. I'm sure a lot of these people in here are crazy. But that's good. That's good, you know? A lot of my inpatients are Somebody says, my eyes are always wide open and I talk a mile a minute. That's because I'm caffeinated. I'm caffeinated. I'm caffeinated. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I was getting tired and I'm just hopping myself up on coffee, which is really bad. I really need to stop with the coffee, but Erie says, my pictures are uncanny valley. What does that mean? What does that mean? Sleeve says, I also rock back and forth a lot. Olivia says she needs some caffeine. Yeah, go get some caffeine, Olivia. Go to Starbucks. Somebody says it's definitely. I've rocked since a very young age. I've always rocked. Somebody says it's a crazy person thing. They see me as a kooky. Some women who are older might see me as a kooky younger brother. So that's a good thing. Somebody says Erie says she gets uncanny valley with me. The feeling or unease or disgust that people experience when something is almost human but not quite. Erie, I'm human. Fuck you. I should give you the quick release for that. I am definitely human. You know, people with mental illness are fundamentally human beings, as we all are. You know, I'm not. I mean, you might think I'm like a cartoon character in certain ways, or weird or kooky, but the truth is, I'm a human being. I'm not like AI or anything like that. I'm a human being, Erie. So he says, maybe I could practice posting in the mirror. I got a pike roast and I put a little bit of milk in here. I've had like 50 million cups of coffee today, and I have like 50 million cups of coffee every day. It's really bad. It's really fucking bad, my coffee intake. It's gonna. I mean, I read coffee doesn't cause cancer, but it's definitely causing acid reflux. I'm getting an endoscopy Wednesday. I don't know. I just. So he says coffee gets the heart pumping. Yeah. Coffee is really good stuff, man. Coffee is really good stuff. I mean, let's go. Let's Google this. Does coffee cause cancer? There's no strong evidence that coffee increases the risk of cancer. Coffee, there's no, did not find adequate evidence to indicate coffee is a carcinogen. So it doesn't cause cancer. It causes delusions, though. Yeah, I mean, like, let's put it this way. So if anybody thinks they're living a reckless lifestyle, frankly, I should have been dead at 21. So, and I don't have cancer yet. So if you guys think, oh, I'm eating worst trash imaginable, I'm drinking tons of coffee, my lifestyle's unhealthy, trust me. Trust me, guys. The body is pretty resilient. The body is pretty resilient. Or maybe I have good genetics and I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I have like like healthy genetics. Watch, I'm going to live to 100 years old, and Man Crush Ed is going to like, I mean, I hope he lives to 99. Man Crush Ed is going to live to like 99 years old, and I'm going to outlive him, and everybody's going to be like, what? How did that happen? Everybody thought I would be dead at like 25. What did I used to do? I used to just not eat it. I had a bad eating disorder. I used to not eat anything, drink tons of coffee, take mega regimens of psychiatric medications, Yeah, you never know. Maybe I'll live a long life. It certainly seems that way now. I mean, I know my mother. If you talk to my mother, she would have said, "Oh, I'm going to die." She would have died when I was like 10 years old. She's still alive and kicking, and she's going to be in her 70s soon. She's like, "I'm never going to make old bones. It's the end for me." She was dying of cancer 30 years ago, and she's still alive and kicking. Somebody says, "Do I ever get nostalgic about the Mega regimen? I was at least stable then. I was just tired all the time and chemically lobotomized. I didn't like the Mega regimen. I don't get nostalgic about it. Those were bad times. I mean, obviously, I socialized with some people in New York City, which was good, which was a lot of fun, which was some of the best fun. But I don't get nostalgic about having taken the medications I took. I didn't really want to take it. It was my mother who forced me to. But people say at least you were stable. Somebody asked me how many meds was I on. Oh, I was on a lot. I have videos from back in the day, but I was practically taking the whole pharmacy. Invega, Latuda, Lithium, Lamictal, Exelon, Cabergoline, Zofran, Levothyroxine, and so on. What's better about now? Well, I'm on less meds. Olivia asks, what crimes did I commit to cause the need for all these dang drugs? I think my mother just was a worrywart, and I mean, I did, and I think Dr. Copland is a little bit of an over medicator. I didn't really do anything. I think I was unnecessarily over medicated, but people say I was stable. No, I didn't harm them. Well, I mean, I did things like, but no, I mean, I think they were. Dr. Copland's a little bit of an over medicator. He gets paid to medicate, and my mom's a worrywart who after 2011, that was solitary incident in 2011. She wanted me medicated because she didn't want that happening again. My mother's very dramatic, so I wound up being mega regimens of medication. I realized that was bad, obviously, and I'm sorry that happened. But my mother, was almost. I mean, and she had not irrationally overreacted, but she blew. It was bad. Don't get me wrong, it was bad. But if you my I don't know what the point is. I think the point is, although it was really bad, my mother is dramatic, a worrywart, and it led to me getting over medicated with a mega regimen of psychiatric medication for 10 years, which I was not happy about. But, what are you going to do? It is what it is. Olivia says she'd prefer 1 year in jail and not chemical lobotomization. I don't know. I mean, Olivia, to be honest with you, I think I would rather chemical lobotomization than 1 year in jail. At least you could post on the internet and create weird social media content. I mean, it's not fun. But I would rather take a mega regimen of medications than have jail. I would rather take a mega regimen of medications than jail. I mean, somebody says Diddy is posting. Is he posting? Let's go on Diddy's X, formerly Twitter account, Diddy. How the hell is Diddy posting from jail? No, he's not. He's not posting. They take away your cell phone. They take away your shoelaces. They take away everything. I never been to jail, but I was in the psychiatric hospital. They take away everything. Somebody says jail wasn't even an option. She wasn't going to press charges. No, I think my mother is just. I mean, you don't know my mother. She's very dramatic. And not to say what happened wasn't bad, because it was, but she made sure it wouldn't happen again. You know what I mean? But obviously, I made a lot of progress and made a pretty big recovery with Dr. Garrett. I've come a long way. I mean, in those years, I was saying, "Oh, they were running a pedophile ring. My grandfather was sexually abusing me," and I wasn't making sense. Thanks to Dr. Garrett, I'm able to see that sexual abuse didn't happen. I see delusions as metaphors. I'm able to catch it, check it, change it. I made a lot of progress. So I'm not like the person I once was. I don't need the mega regimen anymore. But maybe I do need the Cobenfy, Olivia says they definitely made sure it wouldn't happen again. Somebody says the catch it, check it, change it is good shit. Yeah, Olivia. Yeah, I was over medicated and I was forced into being over medicated by my mother. But it's better than jail, so. I was court ordered to take medications from late 2011 to 2012. And then, although I voluntarily took it from 2012 to November, I guess it was 2022. Although I was court ordered, although I wasn't court ordered from late 2012 to November 2022, my mother she pressured me into taking it. Somebody says those courts should not be allowed to pressure you into taking medications. Well, I was pretty out of control, and after assaulting my mother, and I think they basically just said, I lost my freedom. Somebody says, interestingly enough, when you stopped your medications in November 2022, you slowly or quickly decompensated, and you wound up in the psychiatric hospital in January 2023, then again in March of 2023, and here we are in December of 2024, and you've been on minimal medications ever since. So some people say even though the mega regimen, you were like taking the whole fucking pharmacy and it was ridiculous, at least you were stable, right? So he says, if only I learned to catch it, check it, change it from a young age. Yeah, that would have been ideal. TB says he has a question. Sure, TB, what is your question? What is your question, TB? Can I ride a bicycle? I've ridden a bicycle when I was in my youth. I haven't ridden a bicycle in years, but I know how. I mean, I could probably learn again quickly. Why? I know how to ride a bike. You know, like they say, it's like riding a bicycle. You never really forget how to ride a bike. You remember? Somebody says ride a bicycle and I take walks. I run. I do exercise the demons and fit. I do. I am physically fit. I know. I know. TB says ride a bicycle. I run. I'm running for a half hour every day. I mean, the coffee isn't good, obviously, but I'm running, man. I'm running. I'm exercising the demons. Did I scream at the gym today? Actually, I didn't. I've had a good. I mean, maybe the running is really taking out the. Actually, I'm doing really good. I'm making a lot of progress with the persecutory delusions. I'm not screaming as much at the gym. I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I don't know why. I don't know what the correlation here is, but um, I don't know why I'm doing well recently. Well, I was just in the hospital for Thanksgiving, but I don't know why I'm doing well since getting out of the hospital. But I'm doing well. Somebody asks, what's the purpose of the gym outburst? So I think a lot of people at the gym are sent by Hollywood or they're my ex-girlfriend's family undercover or they know people that I know. And I think they're all like people undercover. And I'm like looking at them. I'm like, tell me the truth. Admit it. You pharmacolo. Yes, so that's the reason I outburst because I think the people around me know something, you know. That's the reason for the outburst. Delusions, basically. Somebody says Christmas is going to go okay. Well, let's all have a nice Christmas time. I get ideas of reference. People around me are like sent by Hollywood or like Disney, and they want to make a movie about my mental health and schizophrenia, and you know, it's just that's just my thought process. Somebody says, no, I've never actually gotten confronted about it at the gym. And if I do, I'll say I was singing Limp Bizkit break stuff or the Notorious B.I.G. Who Shot You. Although after Diddy, maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe I'll just say Limp Bizkit. I was singing Limp Bizkit or Eminem. You know, that's what I'll say. I was singing Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit. It's even more embarrassing that they didn't confront you. It's like they know. So, like, if they say, I don't really say anything too bad. I'm like, tell me the truth. And then I'll wait like 15 minutes and I'll burst out. I'm not bluffing. You know, I don't really say anything too bad, but it's really weird. You know, it's like bizarre. So I'll just say, I'm singing Limp Bizkit. You know, that's what I'm going to say. If they confront me, I'll just say, I'm screaming Limp Bizkit. I'm getting into my Limp Bizkit song. It's loud music. There's loud music in the gym. I'm getting into Limp Bizkit. They can't really hear me. I mean, to be honest with you, maybe they can't even hear me. There's loud music at the gym. Everybody's running on the treadmills. It's a lot. It's loud. It's noisy. I don't know. Maybe I'm making it sound like it's not like as quiet as a library and I'm screaming. I mean, it's a pretty loud gym. But sometimes people look over at me like, "What the fuck is this guy's problem?" Or you know what I mean. But as of right now, nobody's confronted me, and I haven't done it in a few days, maybe even weeks now. So maybe I've made progress. Have I ever had an outburst at the library? No, I have not had an outburst at the library. In fact, you know, I think the reason I do outburst at the gym is because my adrenaline is pumping and I have coffee in my system. So I think I have my adrenaline pumping when I'm running or walking on the treadmill. Interestingly enough, I don't really outburst too much when I'm, sitting or doing that kind of stuff. I think somebody says if you were singing Limp Bizkit, they probably would have called the cops. Yeah, doesn't Fred Durst get arrested at the end of the Nookie video? He's like, I'm just singing a music video. I'm just singing a music video. I joked. That's gonna be like Poppy and I one day when we're doing a Poppy and the Wild Man. They're gonna put us in the back of a police car and say, we'll be like, hey, we're just doing a music video. We're just doing a Poppy and the Wild Man. Give me something to break. We're just doing a Poppy Poppy in the wild, man. We didn't do anything wrong. Somebody says Jordan Nearly. No, Jordan Nearly was the homeless person that he was singing Limp Bizkit on the subway. No, Jordan Nearly was a threat, guys, and that's why. What's his name? Daniel Penny got a not guilty verdict. Has anybody ever confronted me in public about what? Has anybody ever I guess so. I mean, yeah. I mean, one time I threw a juice box in front of a neighbor's house, and a neighbor came running after me and tapped me on the back and said, "You can't litter on my property." I mean, I was getting confronted. I mean, he didn't. I mean, that happened to me. I was drinking like apple juice. I threw it on the sidewalk in front of his house, and he's like, "Don't litter on my property." No, he handed me the juice box and told me to throw it out. I'm like, okay, sorry, and I proceeded to throw it in a trash can. How old was I? This was many years ago. This was when I was like in my early 20s. No, I was in Levittown at the time. This was probably even before meeting girlfriends, to be honest with you. This was like when I was really young. This was when I was young, just like in my running years. Olivia says people know better than to confront her. Fair enough, Olivia. I said, sorry, I won't litter again. All right, guys, I think I'm going to get going to NAMI. It was nice chatting with you. It was nice chatting with you, Impatience. Peace out. See you again soon. Erie wants to know why I was so obsessed with bullying in 2015, 2016. I guess my ex-girlfriend wanted me to talk out the bullying experiences on videos, talk about the traumas I was living through. And it was very traumatic. I mean, Dr. Garrett confirms and corroborates how much it affected my social development, how much it traumatized me. I mean, it was traumatic, but in hindsight, the videos that I made with my ex-girlfriend about bullying in 2015, 2016 were a little cheesy, but it was very traumatizing to me. Somebody says, did Dr. Garrett ever share his life experiences with me? He told me, I mean, he sort of, not really though. Not really. It was the sessions are mostly about me. There were things he shared, how, obviously, I don't want to share about his life because frankly, he shared it with me and I'm not going to but to be honest with you, it was mostly about me at the sessions. And I got to get going, guys. Adios, my amigos and amigas. Peace out.